And we are back. You saw how I timed those claps? And we are back. You already know I'm random, and I'm back with Santo. Everybody else just kind of doing their own things today. But Santo, episode 20, Into the Labyrinth. How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
As you can see in my title, Roxy's back. Let's go. It was solid. It was exciting. A lot of things happened. And yeah, I can't wait to get into it because this episode had a lot.
Yes, yes, it did. Um, this is where it showcases, like, you know how my main problem with the season was like they're rushing things, but this is where like this makes sense why they rushed this part. The fact that we learned that Roxy, well, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning of the episode. Rudy and Elinalise make it to Lapan, right?
Mhm.
And to kind of add something from last time, so they skipped out on a part where Rudy meets a desert merchant, and that's what, and he was getting escorted by some desert warriors who I mentioned last episodes, and that was basically like more world building, kind of showing you how things kind of work in the Begarit continent. But that's just stuff. In terms of this episode, they arrive. Rudy's like, let's just start asking around, and Elinalise is like the compass, like, let's go to the guild first.
Mhm.
All right,
Let's
let's
chill.
let let's put the word out with the adventurers, and then we can start spanning out from there. And then, of course,
Peace.
Jisoo or Geese, as we want, he's my man's in there trying to get people to join this party because they're still they look, they know where Zenith is,
Mhm.
right? And then they meet Jisoo. You know that the little bit of fucking animosity between Elinalise and Paul, like Jisoo and Rudy is reunite because the last time they saw each other, they were in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. No clothes in jail.
No clothes in jail. Go back to season one, like the second core of season one is to see that, I guess. But how did you feel kind of seeing Paul in the party again? Plus, I'll have a few like things to add on, but seeing Paul again, seeing his character, how down he was because he was like, man, I'm a failure as a parent. I had to send my kids away, my son, blah blah, all that stuff. But
Mhm.
how'd you feel about seeing him? Lilia shows up again for the first time we've seen her since the middle of core one, when Rudy rescues Aisha
Aisha.
and
Mhm.
Lilia from the noble. Zano's brother, ironically.
Well, I mean, first of all, the geese black nail polish, it stood out to me like this entire episode. It's random as heck, but I was like, okay. It was good to finally see familiar faces after like how Geese said it's been like 6 months since I sent you that letter. I was like, damn.
Mhm.
So and that's them fast tracking.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay.
He paid for
So
overnight service, and that shit got there in 6 months.
6 months, crazy. Um, I will say that I'm just glad that we saw Paul again. Like
Mhm.
it's just like seeing like familiar faces. I
Mhm.
was like I really enjoyed that because it kind of like brought me back to like season one, Mushoku Tensei, like
Mhm.
how you grow with the characters. So bringing them back in is like okay, it's a little bit like the nostalgia feature of the show, which
Mhm.
I really appreciate. I will say I enjoyed Geese before he opens the door. Like, hey, I know you guys got smoke, but he's in a bad place right now. Like, take it easy on my man. Like,
And
let
Lil
him.
I's like, I don't kind of care.
So I really like that, but I will say one of the things that really stood out to me was Paul.
Mm.
And Paul just going. I don't know if I'm going ahead, but when Paul said, "I'm sorry," like I'm such a bad dad. I wish I was better. I was like, we Paul was built up to be like this overly confident character, and to see this guy in the dumps and Rudius be that like that rock that everybody can depend on. Like I really like that. Like he got the acknowledgement from his dad
Mhm.
type thing. So I really enjoyed that part. That's how I felt about meeting like seeing the characters again, especially Paul.
Yeah.
Like Paul like Anyway, I won't go ahead. Just you go. You go.
All right. So obviously we meet Paul again. We see the rest of his adventuring party. And this is where the one thing I want to like say, like, um, I think adventurers are handled really well in this world in terms of their
Okay.
bonds and all that. Because Elinalise is still like, I don't fuck with Paul, but this is like, I'll help him. I'll still help him with this, right?
Mhm.
And you see Tallahan, like members of his old party was Ghislaine, ironically, it was Ghislaine, Zenith, Paul, Elinalise, Tallahan, and Jisoo and Jeez. And also there are a few people that come in and out there, right? But you see that the fact that remember to go back after the Fatoa, the teleportation incident, Paul
Mhm.
went to every Adventurers Guild he could find and posted up a thing. And he say, hey, look, I know we didn't leave on the best of terms, but I would really appreciate this. And everybody was like, you know what? Let's do it. You
Yeah.
know, and then Liza was traveling with Tallahan. They just started look. They were like way up north. They said, all right, let's start looking over here. Paul's looking over there. He gets some people to start helping him. Like I really like that, and just the fact that I think because of how overly confident we first saw him, right? And then the next two times we saw him, he was down in the dumps. Obviously, even the first time when Rudy sees him, and then there's just that classic misunderstanding because Rudy doesn't want to tell him all the crazy things that happen because, like, look, this is still my dad. I don't want to make him
Mhm.
worry and add on to more of his burdens. And then that ironically led to them fighting and Norn, Norn hating him and things like that. And then the second time you see him, he's like, my wife's right there, and I can't get to her. And he's
Mhm.
like, I had to send my kids away. I had to ask for Rudy. And it's like that sense as a man, I guess, where you're like, I put in so much work, and I want my kids to live, I want to be happy. And it's just like to see him like slowly become himself over the course of the episode was
Mhm.
awesome. And then you also see him as an adventurer, which we rarely get to see. We
Yeah.
at least we see how serious he is when it comes to like because he's a jokester. He likes
Mhm.
fucking and making jokes. That's really what he likes. And then when it's time for the smoke to catch
Mhm.
the smoke, he was serious. And it was like when you saw Rudy, like, whoa, in the episode, like, whoa, okay. I didn't realize that. But then, also my boy was a little flex a little bit, let
Mhm.
me kill these bugs so I can show my son I'm the shit.
Yeah. But what I what I really like is like that aspect of his character was like in previously when we saw him like really down and stuff is because he just didn't know what to do and he couldn't find anybody. Like
Mhm.
here is like I found her and I just can't reach. Like it's never been a question of Paul's ability as a sword master or anything like that in his
Mhm.
physical skills. Like back then it was just he just couldn't find her. Now he knows where she's at and I'm not good enough, bro.
Mhm.
Like everything like how we said that male ego pride that we all have, like sure. Like when you just don't have the ability to do that, like they wrote that so well. And just the mere fact that Rudius appears and you just saw like he had hope.
Mhm.
Like that's what I think that's what one of the great things of Rudius as a main character. I mean, we all know he has his flaws and whatnot, but one of the main things that he does have and what this story does is Rudius really does provide hope to anyone that he helps. Like they acknowledge that like he's him. Like
Mhm.
like if he's there, we have a shot.
Mhm.
And to see that to where he's apologizing to everybody and then he goes into the cave and he's like, you know what, let me I'm not really that like trash or anything, let me just show off a little bit.
And then
Like,
freaking Little Light scolds him, and he's like, "You're old enough to be my son." And then he's like, "Your son," and I'm like, "There's some context. Don't. There's some context."
like you don't even know that you're part like your family now like yeah.
So I just thought, this episode was my favorite since this. Like, if I know I'm thinking because at the end of all this, I want to do like a big season 2 review, and then I want to power rank or not power rank, tier list the episodes, right?
Mhm.
And this was is it on the same level as episode 9 when Rudy meets Nanahoshi for the first time in Norn's episode. I think I need to watch it again, but I'm like right below it. Right below it.
Like, it's up there as one of the best episodes of this season so far.
Mhm.
Is it better than Norn's
No.
episode?
Norn and
Yeah.
Nanahoshi are top tier. But like ironically I had so much fun watching
That's
this episode.
it's different because that's the thing. Like this episode, it had a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
It had, it had its sad moments, it had its joyful moments, it had action, it
Action
had
was very well done.
it was, like we'll get to the last part of the
Mhm.
episode, but it had it had a little bit of everything. So it's up there. It's up there.
Also, I'm in direct MVP, the Magic Academy and Sophie for them finding the book on the teleportation because
Oh.
it's like playing Dark Souls, right? And then your boy comes in with the cheat codes and the guide how to beat the boss. And they were like, Rudy was like, I thought this take days or weeks. They're like, man, with this book, man, we just speed running this thing.
Oh yeah. It's like they went. I mean, I don't know if this is showing my age, but when you go to GameFAQs.com
Yes.
and you had the whole walkthrough,
Man,
like
don't
that's
listen to people, man. I still go on Game Facts. I still go on Game Facts today. People don't know what kind of treasure trove that was. Oh,
hmm
but what but let's keep going. I think obviously Paul gets hope, right? And then they start trying to then they start asking and Rudy looks around, hey, is this everybody? Where's Roxy? And then that moment that like where Rudy starts like freaking out and he has like anxiety or I don't know what that feeling is, right? As you're watching the rest of the party have this incredible conversation. And Geese is the one that's keeping it real. Like, bro, it's been a month.
hmm
Like, how are we supposed to know? Like, we think she's dead, and then Talhand is like, she's an acceptable mage, like she's an exceptional mage, she can make it, and all these things as you see, Rudy is kind of disassociating from the entire thing. And then Elinalise, man, these last 3 episodes, man,
she's goaded. She's
she's
goaded.
goaded, and she
She
just
get just one touch. She doesn't say a word. She just touch and just smiles like, "It's all right, bro.
it's all
Let's
right.
take it one step at a
And
time."
then Rudy comes back, drops the game fact. No, from now on, we'll call that book the game facts. Drops the game facts, and then Jitsu starts reading it, and he's like, "Oh, hell yeah!" Because
hmm
by the way, there also roles like Talhand, the dwarf, is kind of the tank, the tank of the group, if I remember correctly. No. Sorry, Elinalise is a warrior. Paul's a warrior. Jitsu is a complete scout. Like he can't fight at all. He has no combat abilities. But you
hmm
see that he benefits in other ways with his intelligence network. The fact that he can, like you saw in the episode, there's like only step where Jisoo stepped, and you saw the little footprint on the ground, so that everybody can walk that way to be safe from all the other teleportation stuff, right? And the fact that they made it all the way down to the 6th level of and the labyrinth is 7 levels. They made it all the way down to 6th level by themselves, which just
hmm
shows you how um capable Paul's party is, right? And the fact that they just couldn't anticipate the teleportation traps on the 6th floor,
Yeah.
and the fact that what am I trying to say? That the teleportation that labyrinth that they're in is one of the strongest in the world. So I just thought it was great, but let's just go ahead and talk about it, man. The end of the episode, we see Roxy,
Roxy's back.
and she's it's like her last stand, man. It's like her last stand. She's throwing all she can. And one thing I want you to notice is how improved as a mage she is because of
hmm
Rudy's influence. She cut down the incantation for her spells.
Yes,
So
I did notice
she's throwing them things, man. And she was putting in work. She just couldn't, you know.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I mean, like how they said like she's king's level water mage, and I was like, okay, fine. As soon as you see her, it's earth, it's water, it's ice, it's fire. Like, oh, she's dope. She's legit. She's up there.
I want to bring this up on Tuesday at BSS. I'm sorry. Half the people all the mages in the Mushoku Tensei world will be nasty benders. Will be nasty benders in the
Oh,
avatars. Like,
It
I'm sorry, Rudy waxing Aang, waxing him. Wait. Before, if Aang has the Avatar state,
I was just about to say.
if Aang has the Avatar state, then we're good. The problem, if we're putting them both at their, I'm Oldius.
I mean, like I said, I don't know about oldies yet, whatnot.
I'll say no. I'll say this. Even right, let's just say, right now, Rudy versus which one of, I think he beats Aang and everything until maybe halfway through the Fire Nation, to the Book of Fire. He beats Aang every time. The ability to see the future,
Yeah,
and
it's like that just. I mean, if we're going based off of that, I mean, a lot of people will use the hack tax on that, but I mean, I don't like if we're putting the Avatar state. If that's a hack in Aang's favor, like you would have to give Rudius the ability to see the future, and then maybe I can say yes.
the thing is, I will say this, and then we're gonna go back to talk about Roxy, because she was putting in work until she just couldn't anymore. So they have to do those movements, right, to do this, to do the bending
Mhm.
in Avatar. Rudy just throwing them things at you. Stone cannons, bro. When he, okay, you know what? I'll come back to this in a second. So Roxy, she just can't anymore. She's out of magic. She did all she could. She's about to die. She closes her eyes, and when she opens them, the entire field is frozen. And your
Mhm.
boy Rudy walking up, he's like, "Thank God you're safe." And then just that smile, and
It's
fulfilling the prophecy that Roxy had in episode 2 of the whole show,
yeah.
that I could talk to you about. But go ahead, Santo, dive in,
It's
dive in.
it's again. I mean, if I'm skipping ahead, but you already know Rudius is the MVP of this episode. He just walks in, and again, he just it's hope. It's just he's hope. I mean, she's down. She to the point that she's scared. She's terrified. She pees herself, and it's just I'm about to die. 5 seconds later, everything's frigid, ice cold, and you just hear the footsteps. You see the glint in her eye, and you just see the man. Rudius walks in, and thank God you're safe. Like just the mere fact that he hears a drop of water after he says, "Don't use a lot of water magic here because it can cave in," and he just, oh, there she is. Let me go get my girl. Let me just handle this right quick. We'll come back to you guys. But let me just deal with this right fast. Oh, it's so
It was so,
Roxy's back, bro.
oh my God. I was like, I've made it no secret. Roxy is my favorite waifu in the entire story. She's, without her, and that's not even because, like, without her, none of this happens, right?
Mhm.
And Roxy wasn't just Rudy's like teacher, wasn't just her, like her sensei. She literally changed his life.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she was able to get him to leave the house. Because dear God, what if Roxy never shows up? Rudy never leaves his crib. He never really meets Sylphie. And in the teleportation incident, he never meets Eris. The teleportation incident happens. He's dead. Rudy's dead somewhere. He's dead somewhere.
I mean, if you never, anyways, I don't talk about Eris anymore. She can kiss my
But think
asshole.
about, the only reason I'm saying he never meets Eris,
No,
because,
I got you. I got you. I'm just
yeah,
it's
because then does he maybe teleport with his family? Or maybe he teleports with Zenith. So then him and Zenith are in the labyrinth, trapped. Like what happens? It's just, so it was just great to see her again. And obviously she's already enamored, but to bring back the prophecy that Roxy had in, I think it was episode 2, episode 3 of the season, where she had a dream where she would be trapped in a dark place, and then
Mhm.
the love of her life would come and rescue her, and that would
Mhm.
be who she's with forever. And who would have known the kid she was teaching would have been the guy, would have been the love of her life. And it was such a great, uh, what a fantastic episode.
It's a great. There's like so much feel good moments. Like like to see Paul bow down and say, "I'm sorry for that time back then,"
Mm-hmm.
and at least extend her hand and pick him up, like, we're good. Like it's like finally we let that go. Like just little moments like that throughout the entire episode were just so great. Like Grandpa Paul is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like him talking about, I mean, omitting the conversation about, anyways, I'm not even gonna get into that. But again, it goes in back into the reasons why we can't recommend this to everybody because of little tropes like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's nice to see, like, he's finally talking with his son like a man type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and to the point that it's almost like he's proud of him. Like that's what I got from all of that. Like this is my son and I can actually like be a be a man with him. So I this episode is great.
It was
It's great.
fantastic. Little moments to kind of harp to kind of add on to what you were saying. When Paul, Rudy, and Lily are just talking, it's like
Mhm.
you just see like a quarter of the family, and like Paul just like, this is great, just lay on the bed. Like, I can remember,
Smiling.
and he's like, I can remember the last time we had a conversation. And
Mhm.
then of course they start like ragging on Lilia because
Mhm.
turns out
Yeah.
Lilia is a freak in the sheets.
Yeah.
And Lilia's like, hey, why you put all my business out there? And like pause, and then Rudy starts egging, and then it was just great. And then the fact that they leave Lilia and the other two women behind to be like, hey man, you guys take care of yourselves. When you guys come back, we'll be ready to take care of you guys.
Mhm.
And just to see them going in and um I mean, we got four more. Technically, we said so. We have four more episodes of action because they got Roxy. Now they gotta, they gotta bring her back, make sure she's ready to go. And then are they gonna leave to kind of rest so she can rest? Because having two full power mages in their party would be awesome. Or are they gonna be like,
Mhm.
nah, we got to keep going. We know everything we need to do. But I'm like, Roxy been down and out for a month,
For a month
so I'm
by
like,
herself.
she might need to rest. Maybe going in, maybe keep going down into the labyrinth is a bad move. But now you've got one of your things. You can wait a day. You can wait a day or two to come back. I don't know. I don't know.
I think they stay. I think they stay in. They probably like rest up, like how they did. Like every time they go through a circle,
They
let's
stop. They
let's
stop and
rest.
rest.
Yeah, they're probably gonna rest up there, whatnot, and go from there. Because I mean, if we look at what Rudius was training on, like he's trained in healing magic now as well.
Mhm.
So
Shout out to
maybe,
Sophie. Sophie keeps coming up clutch, and she ain't even there.
yeah, like that's crazy, but it's true. But yeah, like if maybe he uses healing magic, they heal a little bit, they rest a little bit, and then they just keep moving forward. Of course, I'm waiting to see the first conversation that Rudius and Roxy have right after all of this. I
Mhm.
need to see an embrace of some sort. And shout out to Sylvie, because I mean, the love of her life is there. So he just got married. Don't know what's gonna happen, but we kind of know what's gonna happen.
It's 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 gonna be very interesting when they head back. And I guess my thing that I'm what am I? Let me try to put this in perspective. No, no, let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. All right. So, like, I agree with you. Rudy's the MVP. Literally saved my. She saved my goat, my waifu. All right, and my waifu's back. We saw that she done upgraded. She didn't stand pretty. Like, she updated her game, and having both of them there, and it's crazy to think that the last time they saw each other was when she left
Hmm.
their home. Sure, they've communicated through letters, even though ironically they were both in that one demon city in the demon continent
And they
together. They
never
just
run
they
into each
just
other.
missed each other by like feet, couple feet.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be so crazy. She's like, wow, you've grown. She'd be like, wow, you've grown big, like you're still the same, blah, 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 this and that. Bring it in, hug it out. Here's some healing magic, blah, blah, blah. Let's go get my mama. Like, it's gonna be the next the next episode, episode 21, into the sixth stratum. So this is where the party stopped.
Mhm.
This is where the party stopped and had to turn back, because Roxy was disappeared. They went, ironically, 5 times to look for her. They couldn't find her. So the next episode, I expect a lot of action. So, um, I Studio Bind can do action when they really put their minds to it. I still see a little bit like, obviously, is this Demon Slayer? No,
Mm-mm.
but like they can hold their own in the action department. So, how you feeling about the next episode just based on the title?
I mean, how I feel like I'm excited to finally get Roxy back. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see how relieved Paul everybody is that Roxy is safe. I'm ready to see what they talk about and whatnot. But I'm also, again, Shogo Tensei has this thing that I I get happy, and as soon as something great and that hope hits, you're gonna hit me with something. So I'm still on edge, but I'm really excited to see how they finish up this season. I really am.
It's gonna be very interesting. So I wonder if they'll end the next episode by them finding Zenith and where she's at, and then they'll spend an episode trying to get her,
Mhm.
and then Aftermath will be the last episode. No, there's technically 4 more. So 21, 22, 23, 24. The next 3 episodes, because there's them like, there she is. Let's try to get her. Like,
Mhm.
oh God. And then the last episode could be like the Aftermath and Rudy heading back home. Because you already know what he's just gonna go to the desert, hit that teleportation circle, and he's back. So you don't even
Mhm.
need to show that. So it's very interesting. Great episode. Like I just had so much fun, Santo.
I did too. I did have one question though.
Mm-hmm.
Is so when they were in the labyrinth
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about how some of the teleportation circles don't glow,
Mm-hmm.
step only where Geese has stepped on.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw his footprint and there was a cross. Is he part of the religious thing
No,
with Cliff?
no, no. I think that I'm trying to now think about it. There was a cross. No, he's not. He's not religious at all.
Okay.
So okay, I got to go do some research to understand why there was a cross. I think that may just been a way for somebody to notice. Like,
Okay.
here's a footstep, maybe, because it's kind of, I don't know, but
Okay.
he's not religious at all. But that is very interesting. Not because I remember that detail. Um,
Okay.
hmm.
I was just curious because it struck me as odd because, like I said, I already have a bad vibe about Geese the whole entire time since I've met him. I just don't like
Well,
him. Like he's sleazy. He's like I don't like him. I just don't.
does it not help that you met him naked in a prison?
Pause. No diddy. It no, it doesn't help at all. But I don't know, but he just gives me he just gives me like this snaky, sleazy used car salesman type. Like I don't know. He gives me a weird vibe. So I was
Hmm.
like when I saw the cross on his footstep, I'm like, wait, does he follow the same religion as Cliff? Like if so, like we need to have some questions about this religion.
um, no, he's completely not a follower of that religion. So it's
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing else I can think of there. You got any other questions? Because that's kind of it. We ran through this. It's God, it's
Yeah.
already been 30 minutes. That's crazy to think. Anything
Nah.
else you want to add?
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Oh, I can add this. Lilia is officially Paul's second wife now.
Wasn't that already established?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I can tell you what happened. No, it's fine. So when they were traveling to the city of Lapan, Paul
Mhm.
fell victim to the succubus as well. And
Oh, okay.
since they didn't have And in order to kind of satiate Paul, Lilia was like, well, we've already, so she offered herself, and then Paul regained his senses, and then he married her because
okay.
just to kind of, he's like, look, boom. Good luck explaining that to Zenith, because Zenith is an ardent Millis believer. So yeah, good luck with that. But we already saw Zenith is willing to kind of forego beliefs because she let Lilia stay after Lilia told the family she was pregnant. By the way, episode 4 was like tense of season 1, but that's kind of it. Oh, by the way, Talhan's gay. That's why you saw him looking at Rudius's ass. Talhan's gay. And that's kind of it. That's all I really got to add, because I laughed when they showed him just like looking at it. Also, they just had a straight shot of Rudy's ass, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I gotta let Santo and Lonnie know that he's gay.
I was just about to say that's a way to end an episode right here. Oh yeah, by the way, he's gay. That's our episode. Like, no,
yeah, but that's kind of it. This is a quick, short and sweet, fun episode 20. It was Into the Labyrinth. Great episode, fun episode, and got us a little bit excited, a little bit worried for what's coming up next. And Roxy's back, so I'm hyped. Santo's hyped.
Yes, I'm good. I'm great.
So we will see you guys next week for episode 21, Into the Sixth Stratum. Make sure you pull up to the BSS on Tuesday, because I'm pushing a Mushoku Tensei Avatar bending agenda, and some people are not gonna like it. Like, I'll say this right now: as great as Toph is an airbender, Rudy clears, and I'm sorry. She better start metal bending. That's all I'm gonna say, because Rudy sharpened his rock cannon enough that he makes those things basically become metal. So, as an earthbender, I'm sorry, Toph. I'm sorry. And
stay tuned on Tuesday, and good luck, Random, because you're gonna need it.
All I'm saying, and the fact that he can see the future, and the minute he finds out he's blind, he's not Rudy. By the way, Rudy as a warrior, he's not like he's trying to. It's about survival. He's gonna ruin the minute he finds out. The minute he finds out that she's blind, he's about to ruin Toph's senses, ruin them.
Just good luck, because if they getting close, it's pretty much over for Rudy.
He's not going to, though. She's not going to.
I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree with you.
Good luck on Tuesday. Good luck on Tuesday.
No. I agree with you, though. If Toph gets close, Rudy's kind of cooked, right? No. Let me say kind of. He's cooked. But the problem is, she's not. She's not going to get close.
Same with Aang. I'm just saying, if they getting close, Avatar State, 2 feet in front, it's
Avatar State's a cheat code. Like,
Rudius can see the future.
Through 2 seconds in the future. 2-3 seconds in the future. Avatar can call on all of his past lives. All of his past lives.
I mean, you see how broken that ability is, even if it's 2-3 seconds. I mean, we saw Hit in DBZ's Super, like, just be able to stop like a millisecond.
Okay,
and see how broken he was.
Okay, if Rudy had Hit's ability, bet. I agree with you. If Rudy had Hit's ability, Hit's what, like tenths of a second or some shit? I don't know. Yeah, Rudy could like. But whatever. I'm after like really refine this, because gonna be
good luck.
I'm gonna be nasty. Hey, and also Lonnie kind of agreed with me last week when we talked about, hey man, Rudy would be a nasty earthbender. Now I just gotta get him to see would he be a better bender. Okay, even if so, Rudy is a better earthbender than he's better than an earthbender than like, except for like 3 people in all of Avatar.
Okay.
I think it could be tough. I think he could.
That's tough.
I think he could.
Okay.
Don't let him cast a cumulonimbus. Don't let him cast a cumulonimbus, that giant water magic spell that he learned from Roxy. Remember, he
Mhm.
was about to drown that whole city in season 1, but now we're going too much. Now we're doing too much. Anyway, guys, pull up till on Tuesday to the Black Sensei Society. I believe we're talking the best inner spirits.
Inner spirits, yes.
Inner spirits. Thank you guys so much. We hit 5,500 the other day
Let's
on
go.
BSS. So we just keep climbing. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for this. That's it, man. That's it. The Demon Slayer core is sorry. The anime has made them look so bad. And I'm gonna put I asked a question 2 weeks ago, and they've been looking bad ever since.
I mean, they have no shot. They're just strong humans. It's demons there, bro.
They're incompetent, Santo.
They're not incompetent. It's just the reality that demons are just that much stronger
No,
than
no, no. It's not even like
regular
demons.
humans.
It's not even like deep. Look at them. Look at the Morichiro today showcased how bad those people were. I understand that Tanjiro is the main character, and he's different. I'm not saying they should be going toe to toe with Morichiro, but like my dude held the real sword and then crumpled to his knees.
There's levels to everything. Like we saw Tengen training all those guys. All those guys are jacked, they're strong, they're better than any normal human. And
And
of
they're all cowering in fear when they go train swords, wooden
because
swords.
because you see the difference in what it is somebody that has those abilities at that level versus a regular strong human.
I agree, but they're not even like Muichiro's. Like I would feel better if they even attempted to use Muichiro's instructions. If they at least attempted to move, even though they couldn't get there. That motherfucker just standing there. They're just standing there. They're just
Yeah,
standing there.
that's that's presence, that's aura. Like, it's the same thing when
God,
when Ichigo first meets Kenpachi. Like he couldn't move. Like we've seen this in other anime.
that was when they first met him. They've known
Okay,
Muichiro. They've known Muichiro has existed for a long time.
we've seen this many times, even in DBZ as well. Strong character comes in, we can't even move.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It just happens.
I'm just saying. They're so bad. My boy got to go late at night to go train. By the way, I'm mad that the fight was starting to get great, and then they threw the dirt up so we couldn't see the rest of it. And
Got
I'm
you.
like, the snake Hashira, the mist Hashira, and the wind Hashira are throwing down, and we can't see it. I was so mad about that.
I think that's I you know I think that's actually I'm okay with it because it does build anticipation to when
Mhm.
you actually get to see them. So
And
I
to be fair,
like
in the
that.
first episode, we did see them we did already
Mhm,
see them scrap. So I just wish I could kind of see more of them, but what we got, like
mhm.
Witcher was like, y'all better not never let me get like to be 18. Y'all are cooked. Also, Sanemi was lucky that was a wooden sword because his foot would be gone.
Mhm.
He put
Yeah.
his foot up. I'm like, so that's why you got all them scars, bro. You don't care about yourself, and you've just been lucky so far.
I
Because
mean, I mean,
if Muichiro had a sword, his foot's gone.
mhm. But
So
it just sounds like you got a little disdain for
I don't
Tsunami.
like Sanemi. I don't like him.
Clearly.
I don't fucking like him. Hey, and you wanna know why I feel justified? Because Tanjiro doesn't like him. And Tanjiro loves everybody.
I mean, but I mean,
Tanjiro,
Tsunami did put a sword through his sister.
yeah. And look,
But yeah.
Tanjiro is a genuinely good person. Like
Mhm.
one of the best, like good-natured people in anime that I've ever come across. And for
Yeah.
him to be like, I don't fuck with you, says a lot to
Yes.
me.
Because the one thing I care about more than anything, more than myself in this world, you put a sword through her.
Yeah. So Tanjiro don't like him. I don't like him. Even in the epilogue, there's a reason why they never talk, and he just leaves his like gifts for them, like
Mhm.
in their porch, and then
Yeah, yeah.
he only talks to Nezuko because Tanjiro's like, fuck you, fuck everything about you. I don't care if we beat the demons. Fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It would have
Fuck you,
been
Stevie.
it would have been anybody. It would have been Rengoku. Like if you put a sword through Nezuko, it would have been the same
Well, at
thing.
least everybody else had the look. I understand that what Tanjiro did was selfish, And he said, how the fuck would they not know? The fucking crows are flying. By the way, fuck Muichiro's crow. She talking a lot of shit. Like she the most important crow out here, right? No wonder hers and Tanjiro's crow were beef. They were beefing the whole episode. Like just like in the back. Tanjiro and Muichiro, like, face must have been like hurting from how much he smiled when he saw Tanjiro. And like you see them talk, and he just see like, what the fuck are those two crows fighting in the back? They were fighting the whole time.
Straight cockfight back there.
Oh my god, I hate his crow. I hate his crow so much because you think his crow was like in the fight with Muichiro. No, you're sitting on the goddamn branch like everybody else. So shut your damn mouth. Shut your mouth. I'll bring all this up on Tuesday.
Sound like Kendrick against Drake.
I'm just saying, how much smack she was talking? How much smack she was talking? So you got that little bow on you, so you look different. You ain't shit. Zenitsu got the best crow because it's not even a crow; it's a sparrow, and it's awesome.
Tell me how you really feel.
Man, fuck that crow. I like at one point I was so mad at that crow. I was about to put you in the Mineta category.
Mineta's great, bro. Just
no,
God.
He's not. No, he's not.
Great.
He's not
great.
I want to know how he made it to Class 1A. Tell me how he made it to Class 1A.
He's great.
How? I bet money he got connections. I bet money he got connections.
So what? He's great.
No,
he's necessary.
How is he necessary?
He's the comedic relief of the show.
Kaminari can do that.
Not as good as Mineta?
No, because okay, first things first. Mineta was literally the anime bullshit of the show till he had to get brainwashed in the anime.
He's great.
No, send him to Class 1B. Bring up Shinso. His
quirk
is trash. His quirk is trash. He's trash.
There's better characters with better quirks, sure.
But he doesn't deserve to be in Class 1A.
Sure. But he's very useful for the story.
We just disagree about this. He's trash. His quirk is trash. When the author had to legitimately say, yo, we got to brainwash this guy. It's so bad that we have to brainwash him. All right. He's not even like a fighter.
No.
He's like, you know what they do? They call Mineta to fix up the buildings after the fight's over. That's what they call Mineta for. And he's not first of all, he's not even a hero core student. He shouldn't be. He's a support core student. That's what his quirk is. His support.
It's support. Yeah, he's a support character. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, we've all played Street Fighter. He's Dan. He's a joke character. But he's great.
Dan's more useful than Mineta.
He is not.
Dan's more useful than Mineta.
Stop.
Dan's more useful than Mineta.
Nah.
Dan's more useful than Mineta.
We are going to disagree on that.
Dan is more useful than Mineta.
He's on the same. He's the same character. He's a joke character that thinks he's stronger than he is, and he's there useful to bring comedic relief to us.
Good. Kaminari can do it. Red Riot can do it. Hell, Bakugo can do it.
But they're all But they're all strong characters. No, you need a weak joke character, and Mineta.
Invisible Girl. She's not strong. She's just invisible.
Yes, and that's a great quirk to have.
I'd rather have her on my team any day than Mineta.
But she's not funny like that.
I'm fine. I'll have Kaminari on my squad. We fine.
You know, the thing is, I get that you don't like the character, but to say that he's useless to the story like that, you're taking it too far.
Mineta could literally disappear from the story and nothing will change.
Sure. I can go 100% behind you on that. The only thing is that it won't be as funny.
We'll just talk about this on Tuesday. I disagree. Anyway, guys, there you go. A little Mineta talk. That's the most Mineta talk we ever gonna get out of me because he sucks. He sucks. Wholeheartedly.
He's great.
He sucks.
He's great at what he does.
The only thing more notable is what, besides his quirk, is that he's short. He's short, but he's not even a short king. He doesn't deserve that status. I'm gonna crash out. All right, guys, we'll see you guys next week, and don't make sure to pull up on Tuesday. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Go to BSS, join us. The movement's growing. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys. God.
Peace.